Today we take a look at a trail that's fast becoming one of my favorites, Air Chair. Is it better than SST? Maybe. Let's take a look.
All right, here we go.
To get to Air Chair, you actually start at the same place you would at SST. This is actually a little bit further down, what we call Golden Spike. This should look familiar if you've ridden SST, but instead of continuing left, we're going to be taking a right. Although it's not the first right. There's going to be Oriental Express that is right there, and then up here at this split,
There we go. Air
we
Chair.
go right to Air Chair. Now, if you'll notice, Air Chair does have a similar vibe to SST. Although it's less wide, it's more chunky, and there's a lot less berms. So it feels a bit more natural, a bit more single track than you see with SST, especially after some of the rebuilds. And especially as we get down into the trees in a little bit, you'll see some real tight, very chunky, rocky areas that make this one of the funnest trails to ride at Galbraith. Definitely one of the top 3 on that north side. Now, as we approach this road, you'll notice there's actually a berm up on the left-hand side. You definitely want to take this because it's going to line you up with this little rock drop. It's not a bad rock drop, but you can't really see where the trail goes past the road. So if you don't use that berm to line you up, you could go off and miss the trail. As we enter these trees, it gets pretty chunky. And there's actually a right-hand turn you can take to do a small little drop off of like a log, or you can go left and do the ride around. I washed out, so I could not do that. The
Washed
drop,
out a
I
little
just
on that one.
didn't have the line up right. So there's the ride around for you if you want to see where that's at. This is one of my favorite sections. It's long, straight, not so steep that you really need your brakes. You can just let it go and really just kind of sail over these rocks and little turns and whatnot. We're coming up on the rock drop here, or rock roll. I'll be honest, I've never actually dropped it. I feel like it's kind of an odd angle to drop, so you roll, but it's a little bit off camber to the right. As long as you're okay with that transition when you come off of it, it's really not too bad. It's shorter than the one on SST, but I think more technical. A lot less intimidating though. You can almost tell where you're at on the mountain in comparison to SST because the terrain changes almost in the same exact type of way. So this is the more flatter section, it's more curvy, you got a few berms in here. SST and Air Chair are definitely siblings. Although if you look here, you can see that this trail gets a lot less attention, less riders, less rebuilds. It's a little more raw, a little more rough, and I just love it for that. Now as we get near the end here, we're going to get to a point where we stop at Power Line, and this is actually really close to the actual entrance to back door from SST. And so when I get to the end of this video, I'm going to stop, and all you have to do is just look to your left, almost 180 degrees, and there'll be a little trail that says do not enter. Well, you can enter it. You just jump up there. It's like 30 or 40 feet to get to the entrance of back door, and it's the same exit at that point as you would see with SST. Have fun on this thing. See you around.